welcome back everyone to Just Cause 4. And today on Game Time with Kit, I am very tired. I've been playing Beat Saber again, and I'm getting better. I'm also getting, but also with getting better comes more exhaustion. Lots of the same car. Hello, humans. Okay. Ready to leave. So we'll go and take out a surveillance airship, and then we'll have a look what else there is to do. So yeah. Sorry, it's been a couple of days. Been playing a lot of Minecraft with my friends. So instead of spending time on something that honestly can feel a little bit draining at times, I decided to take a couple of days off for a combination of reasons, but especially things like mental health. Oh, this is not going to end well. Aye. That went incredibly. Okay. Well, that's all good, isn't it? The plan is currently to do a little bit of Just Cause 2 stuff soon. I'm trying to stick to ones that I haven't played, and one is off the cards for videos because I'm already struggling to do commentary as it is on these videos without, like, such a boring game in the first place existing. And I know it's probably revolutionary at the time. I mean, it would have been pretty early on into the Havoc engine's lifetime.
Check this out, Rico. We've got a sleeper agent embedded at Ojo de la Pradera.
A sleeper agent?
See? He's like my second cousin's husband's second cousin or something. He can take the base's missile launchers offline. Without those launchers, the base is defenseless. If we take it, then we'll be able to monitor all Black Hand movement in the region.
Let's give it a shot.
Oopsie. I'm not too far from it. Let's go.
Ojo de la Pradera.
Listo. Here's our inside guy. Buenas, Rico. So there are 3 missile launchers. I figured out the
Yeah, that's not my priority target right now.
The launchers are held shut by generators. Safety redundancy. Destroy them and I bring up the launchers.
We're bringing the launchers.
See, if we fired them off, then no more missiles.
I like it.
Air support is en route.
Okay. Okay. I see a generator. Nice try. Okay. Oh. Shit. Oh, I still have the other gun. Okay.
That's one.
Stand back, deploying the launcher.
Yeah. If it blows up, it blows up. I need to focus on what I'm actually doing here. Okay? Just in case anyone thinks they're coming to look for me. Yeah, nice try. Well, that worked out pretty nicely. Okay. Annihilate them.
It's another.
Okay. We've got this. Okay. That's that taken down. I'm not entirely sure where that's coming. And I had to take care of those. Apparently I don't. Okay. Okay. I could have sworn that what I was doing was working before.
Hola.
Okay. Okay. Let's get the last one.
Last one.
Bien, deploying now. Go pick me up from the garage near the north entrance. Now the launchers are up, I can
Are you
stop
kidding
the
me?
missiles from firing for both.
I'll honk the horn when I get there.
There's got to be something up there. Wow, that actually worked. That explosion seems somewhat bigger. Okay.
Let's roll.
Okay.
Coming. Nice to meet you.
You better hurry your ass up. Or else that will happen. Hurry up! Get in!
We gotta get to the control center in the east. Buckle up. I'm gonna scramble the missile guiding system. They'll fire into the sky and detonate.
Under normal circumstances, we would stand no chance. But... oh well. Motherfucker. Let's do this. There is a possibility that I'm going to end up dying. Well, it's not as such me that I'm worried about. It's the other dude in the car. They need to start equipping hackers with parachutes.
Here, this is it. Cover me, senor.
Well, that went absolutely atrociously. Like, I physically cannot see how this could have gone worse. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I feel kind of bad mowing down all these people who are probably somewhat humane. But then I remember, this was a very transparently evil government. But then I remember they also probably threatened people into it. If, you know, if Medici is any indication of the sort of behaviour of enemies of the agency. Anything? They were being annoying. Well, that could have been a disaster. Okay. Okay.
Authorization keys are encoded. Just need to jump up the safety codes.
Well, that went absolutely brilliantly. Focus all fire on me.
Got some troops coming to help you out, Rico.
Okay. We'll save that gun for later. Nice try. Well, I think we're pretty much done with this guy. Well, with all these guys. Defender.
And that's it. See, I didn't embarrass
Listo, here we go. That is the best, no? One black man unit. Stand by for refill.
Okay.
Hostile hasn't re-engaged.
So we've just got 3 reserves for the front lines. We can now drop railgun artillery. We'll do the USS Conquest while we're at it. Actually, it's a valid point. We just freed here. Any neighbouring areas feel like being freed? Okay. I can get another rigged vehicle out of that. I'll return here in a bit. Okay. Seems we're pretty much done. Like, it seems we've nearly finished the agency shit. They've been kind of a crap enemy so far. Like, there's nothing particularly special about them. Yeah, sure. They have grappling hooks, but as far as, like, from a story standpoint goes, they are not that special.
Copy on hostile contact. Ready to engage. Helicopter inbound. Heading to AO.
It's not like it matters. I'll be changing my guns soon anyway.
Copy. We acquire target. Now.
So, the finale of One Division's on Friday. And it's the early hours of Thursday as I say that. So in just over 24 hours I'll be watching One Division. It'll probably be after that point, to be fair.
For hostile. Resume regular patrol.
Honestly, I'm kind of hyped. Like, what do I mean kind of? I'm extremely hyped. You know, I've been waiting. Like, I want answers. Probably more than anybody. But also, I don't want to end. I don't want it to end. Because I don't feel like... I struggle to see how Falcon and Winter Soldier can live up to the level of what the fuck that we've been having. However, I was skeptical of One Division at first. I didn't think it was going to be a particularly good show. I thought it was going to be the most boring ass thing ever. I know that the Wonder Stands were all hyped, but the Wonder Stands are hyped to anything in which she breathes in. And to be quite honest, I'm not too fond of Wonder Stands. Like, MCU stands overall are like the worst kind of stand. But like, Wonder Stands are another breed of vile. They're just children who, like, they sit there and they act like they're all high and mighty. Okay. We're nearing the USS Conquest. Then later on we can board the USS Enterprise. I had to make the joke. Bad humour has always been my thing when it comes to this.
The Conquest.
Humble name for your giant invasion submarine.
Gonna be a giant smoking hole when I'm done with it.
Okay, here we go. Okay. Did I get the... Yeah, I did. I've taken down the towers already. There's a lot of infrastructure on this boat. Submarine. Who cares? It's all going down. Ah, I dropped my good gun. Why does it always do that when I'm trying to do something big? But no, One Division is something that, honestly, Disney Plus has been such a worthwhile investment. And I know that, like, they've been in... Controversy probably isn't the right word for it. As... These people that are doing this are nothing more than a bunch of whiners who... Well, put it this way, most of them have been whining for 4 years straight, nearly. Possibly longer, depending on how much they enjoyed The Force Awakens, because I am aware that, like... opinions vary a whole lot more on that than they do on the other two. Okay, didn't take up too much of the power of that gun. I have the bullpup. Once I have the slug, then I'll be okay to do that stuff. But for the time being, I need to blow things up. But yeah, Disney Plus has just been like the most worthwhile investment ever. Because while Netflix are being very slow, shall we say, for their exclusive shows, which is, to be fair, I get why. Like, a lot of them couldn't be filmed because of COVID and all that. But it doesn't make it any better for the whole spending money on it thing, if you know what I mean. Hence why I'm glad that things like Friends and Modern Family are on there. Although, Modern Family is now on Disney Plus as well. And honestly, I'm pretty sure there'll be more of it on there. Because the last season of Modern Family is actually missing from Disney Plus. Okay.
shoot those power cells.
Every time. I should be okay.
Conquest has a lot of blockade vehicles on board.
Huh. Must have grabbed them from the mainland.
Okay. Motherfucking tanks.
Always wanted to meet you.
Not smart.
You son of a...
Nice meeting you too.
Gonna guess he was in the tank.
Rocked up.
Max, look. Okay. Shouldn't have too big an issue with this. Let's just take care of that real quick. Generator on second floor. But yeah, so WandaVision is honestly one of the greatest shows I've ever seen. I'm not even lying, it's one of those things. Other shows that I'm watching include like currently include the 4th season of Attack on Titan, which, like a fucking casual, I watch in dub. I know. There are certain corners of the anime community that frown on anyone who even watches a dub. But to be honest, I don't need the opinion of a bunch of weebs, am I right? The reason I started watching Modern Family was actually because of WandaVision. I'd heard people discussing the show because of the stylistic choice used lately. Like on the 2000s episode of WandaVision. And honestly, yeah, I can see how that could be a good time for people. I'm probably better off with the bullpup for the time being.
Rico! Miller wants you dead!
Yeah, the feeling is mutual.
You know, that was just sad. I'll go take care of another couple of ranking agents. Oh great, it's one of these types. Okay. Coward.
Fight me, Rodriguez!
Only if you'll fight me.
You asshole!
You did ask for it.
Yes, she did. Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. I'm far stronger than any of you. I'm also the agency's favourite, or at least I used to be, before they became fascists themselves. Okay, time to deal with the crates. Okay. Forget the critical areas for a minute. Okay. 4 out of 9. There's a lot of fucking shit going on here. More crates. I can imagine that this will be the last few. Yeah, it is. Okay. Slug. Can you not? Okay. Let's go. Critical area. Let's hope this leads to up there. I'm running out of things to shoot with. I'm running out of ammo. Seriously.
Clock's ticking before the conduits flip back on.
For fuck's sake.
faster next time.
Bring that target down.
Yeah, like that's gonna happen.
You got it this time, kid.
Motherfucker! Okay, this is fucking absurd.
Pick up the pace this time, kid.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Good. Just gotta blow the reactor. That did the trick.
Let's go. I'm hoping that was the sing. Yeah, it was.
Get the con screen opened up.
Okay. Okay.
Open fire!
Okay. Time to work out how to do this. For fuck's sake.
Time to mess that screen up.
Gotcha.
Comms are toast. All right. Comms relay exposed.
Finish the job, kid.
I'm hoping that I have enough shots for this.
Keep on the
Okay,
kid.
here we
They'll
go.
short the system and bring out the relay.
Let's go. Wait, no, you know what? What we're doing is I'm going to touch upon the whole Disney Plus subject again. and the whole people want to call it a controversy. It isn't really. It's just a bunch of people getting mad that they can't be assholes online without any consequences. So basically, The Mandalorian had an actress on it.
He's done.
Okay, no. The Mandalorian had a cardboard cutout on it. Sorry, no, I had to manage it.
Miller.
Not yet.
Hang on.
You've neutralized most of his squadron. He'll turn up soon. Or he'll head home to the U.S. with his tail between his legs.
I'd rather he bared his teeth. Any more intel on microburst?
Negative. I'll tell you when I've got something, kid.
I don't remember seeing that. Oh well. Might as well head to it. Okay, so basically, Gina Carano was an actress on The Mandalorian. I say was because she was kicked off because she made... Apparently it's because she made tweets that were anti-Semitic. That was not why she was fired. That was not at all why she was fired. It would have been probably the reason given. But people don't get fired for a couple of dodgy tweets made.
You got time? There's
That-
a refinery nearby you should check out.
A refinery.
Ultimately weren't as bad as,
Part of Mina
you know,
Roca Negra.
it was one thing when it was James Gunn, because, well, you know, he was fired because of tweets made like 10 years ago.
Good thinking. I'll be in
That,
touch.
you know, if they meant what people thought them meant about him, yeah, it's a scandal waiting to happen. It's Dan Schneider 2.0 in that case. And at the end of the day, there was enough of a scandal when it came to Dan Schneider. One that was never really resolved. They just parted ways with him silently. Nickelodeon did. So, my line of thinking here is that Gina Carano was a friend of the Fandom Menace, right? The Fandom Menace are an online hate group. They are... Okay, fine. They're a group of lunatics, basically. People who think that they should be in power when it comes to things like Star Wars. In fact, they got their real start after The Last Jedi.
No, really my style, but
There's a console you need to access in the refinery basement.
I was once part of the Fandom Menace. A long ass time ago now. As in 2017 to 2019. Since then, I, under an alias that nobody's going to find out, because I just don't want it linked to my YouTube or anything, I ended up in... I've basically become one of those that speaks out against them pretty regularly. You know, a lot of them are pretty sexist. You know, they claim that they're not, but then they show their true colours when they complain when a single woman is cast for Kenobi, for example. They're usually seen making really stupid thumbnails and comments like that woman gets woke, or random shit like that.
looks like only those big mine trucks get through this gate.
But you know,
Try looking in the mine for one?
I try not to get too heavily involved with that sort of shit. Because, like, at least not here. But I do talk about them a little bit in comment sections. Honestly, the fact that they're still mad about The Last Jedi is kind of pathetic. Was it the Star Wars film I personally wanted to watch? No, not even close.
Try not to run over anybody, Rico. Nobody wants to work at Mina Roca Negra.
What about the Black Hand?
Roll those hueputas over, man.
Trying to work this out. Whoopsie. I crashed into a black hand vehicle. Oh dear me, why would I have possibly done that? But anyway, like, they're also notoriously anti-Disney. So not only do they make false claims of SJWism everywhere. By the way, SJWs aren't really a thing. They're more... like, as individuals, sure, but there's not this giant organised group of people determined to take down Hollywood. That isn't true. Because at the end of the day, that's just not how it works. And even if it is, clearly it's doing something for the money. Because otherwise they wouldn't bother going for it. I don't know how people think this whole leftist takeover thing is working, to be honest. Because they claim that it loses money, but then they claim they're only doing it for the money. I don't know. I'm trying to work out the inner workings of pathological liars and insane people. At the end of the day, it's like trying to work out what if the Joker does what he does. I did not just compare them to the Joker, though. Like, they're not nearly as cool. But either way, they've been calling themselves the Rebellion lately because they stand with Gina. They stand for freedom of speech. No, they don't. No, they don't. They stand for freedom of asshole. That's all they care about. That's all they've ever cared about. And I was, as someone who was formerly one of them, I feel pretty confident in saying that. But anyway, the whole situation has been a complete mess. You can't go anywhere Star Wars based without it all kicking off lately. And honestly, it's childish. It's really, really childish. I don't get why they do it. Except I do. You see, they claim these SJWs are looking for attention, but in my experience, the only people that are looking for attention are them. It's the same with Not My Doctor, and I'm sure if the right person watches this video, they'd work out immediately who I am. Like amongst the anti-Phantom Menace lot. And yeah, sure, I'm not denying that I'm them. But, like, that's not really the important part of this. But, like, because I'm kind of going off on one there about something. Nobody that watches this is going to know what I'm talking about anyway. But anyway, the thing is, like, the Phantom Menace are quite, they do this. I don't. I don't know. A lot of them are... I'd like to believe that they're mostly just stupid people who got caught in the wrong crowd. But a lot of them are genuinely pretty bigoted. And, they'll claim that anyone against them is the real bigots. Like anybody like that does. But, like... I just think it's a bit childish.
Only one transmitter is up, is he?
Working on it. Just worry about the Black Hand. Unauthorized system access at Mina Roca Negra. Terminate that uplink at all costs.
You're right, Sargento. They're attacking
Oh,
transmitters.
God.
You know what to do.
We're about to get some of the worst gameplay possible. Oh, who the fuck's firing at it now? But yeah, so Gina got fired, and then the unimaginable happened. Like, the totally unimaginable happened. In fact, I don't know how to contain my own shock. Ben Shapiro got involved. You know, the pretend smart person who,
Okay, I've got control of the
well,
mine trucks and automated refinery processes.
he's
Bringing up the
really,
next transmitter.
he's really just a loser who had no friends when he was in school. Like, seriously. This isn't really a secret. The kid, like, he must have been bullied as a kid to behave as he does.
Watch for enemy paratroopers, Jefe.
But, like, either way, regardless of his friendship status, like, regardless of his social status, he's kind of, he's one of those, he's an absolute fucking loser. Like, I've never seen someone get so offended over literally nothing. But like, thing is, the likes of Ben Shapiro talk, and I start really wanting to throw something. But either way, he's employed her to work on this so-called film that, for the record, very few people, if anyone, will watch. In fact,
Got phones and security systems from this transmitter.
he,
You're not tired, are you?
it must be Christmas for Shapiro, because you know, he's actually gaining from this, because at the end of the day, she is still a famous person, which is a hell of a lot more than you can say for most of his actors. But either way, like, the Phantom Menace is the only reason he's going to get any fucking views. Like, at the end of the day, right-wing stuff doesn't make money. It very rarely does. This is why no one knows what the Daily Wire is, and only knows of Ben Shapiro because of PewDiePie. I'm not even kidding. That man owes PewDiePie for every bit of money he's had in the last few years. Because if it weren't for PewDiePie, he'd be seen as nothing but a pseudo-intellectual.
Keep that transmitter alive, Rico.
And everyone knows that most of the people that think he's intelligent only think so because they're right-wing.
Transmitter is in rough shape. We can't lose it.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? But no, like, it's unbelievable. Hang on. Wow, I've just been spam-atted. I really want to know what's going on. But no, like, I've got no problem with, like, all right-wing people. There's another thing I'm going to have to cover tonight, because, well, the rumour mill has been on one again. But anyway, like,
I've got phones and security systems from this
I'm sure there are some perfectly fine right-wingers out there.
Me? Never.
I personally think that they're all very unintelligent, but, you know, that's the general idea. I don't want to get too political here, but, like, at the end of the day, this is an excuse for me to kind of go a hell of a lot more in depth with my commentary. Like, you know, I do like an hour per video for these things. What the bloody hell is firing at them? I can't work out what's actually doing it. Motherfucker. Come on.
Signals faltering.
Finish the damn job.
Meter alive, Rico.
Adios.
But no, like, I don't see the point in getting so angry over,
All the systems are ours.
honestly, she's nothing.
Easy, you're
She was
brilliant. I could hold
literally the worst new character, to be honest. She had the least personality. And I thought that for a long time. Like, sure, I was happy to see her in the show. But it was less because I liked the character and more because she is, like, physically strong, and I wanted Mando and Grogu to succeed. Like, I wanted their mission to go well, so it's always good to have backup. Like, I don't think that... I think that in a way, it shows that... Seriously? I will handle this. But anyway, like, I do think that... Thing it... I don't know where to really go with this. Cara Dune was not a good character. She was very poorly written, actually. Like, she didn't do much, to be honest. I'd forgotten all about her, to be honest. Like, within... Like, the only reason why now I remember so much about her is because, literally, controversy. That's the only reason. Because she decided to throw away her employment with Disney. And yes, I'm aware, technically speaking, it was not Disney that fired her.
There's a black
It was
ass unicorn
Disney.
in that area.
At the end of the day, like,
Has a nice ring to it.
you could see a random advertisement on the street and it'd be Disney. Do you seriously think they didn't have a hand in firing her as a whole?
Forcibly indoctrinated into the Black Hand. We have to stop it, Rico.
I'm not even kidding. It's absurd. But I can't. And honestly, I feel the same way about the people who were asking for her to be fired. How the hell could you have such a strong opinion about her, of all people? Like, she wasn't bad, per se.
I'm seeing two re-education
She was a little bit
centers
poorly
and
written. As
three or
in,
four souls inside.
she was horrendously underdone.
They're standing by. Just get them to the helipads.
But, you know, I don't know. Door controls are all the way up there. Ugh. But no, like, the people that feel so strongly about her are very needlessly... It's honestly a bunch of children and man-children at war with each other over who can be the most stupid. Because honestly, they're all fucking losers. The children asking for her to be fired and the children asking for her to be rehired. Just let it die. Like, Pedro Pascal is still in there. He's a brilliant actor. You know,
No time for questions, people.
Grogu will be back regardless of what they're trying to have us believe.
Thank you, senor.
Okay. But no, to feel so strongly about such a mediocre character suggests that it's got nothing to do with the character. And honestly, it's just the Phantom Menace doing what they accused their so-called SJWs of. Also, can I just point out one tiny little detail about this little culture war that doesn't actually exist? Without it, like without the illusion of it, they'd all be out of the job. You know, I don't know. There's a reason I left, and it wasn't even the fact that, like, it wasn't even because they, do this. It's just, you know, it gets boring being told this is bad because left. It's about as boring as it was when, like, it's about as boring as Twitter telling everyone what's ableist. Which is their newest. Oh, great. But no, like, and I get it. Ableism is a really horrible thing, and I don't condone it. But Twitter seems to have a thread for this every other fucking day. Why am I not getting up quick enough? Like, don't get it twisted. I do think we should try and fight it where we can. But I just don't think antagonising Twitter is ever the way to get things done. But no. So Gina wonders why she was fired. And she's willing to let people go with the whole, it's just my opinion, sob story that we've heard a million times. Conservatives don't get fired for being conservatives. Ever. That's not a thing. They always have to do something. But here's the thing. Conservatism is rooted in hate. And I get it, I'm alienating people, I've been told before. Okay, no, not specifically me. But at the same time, the whole concept of it is just a bunch of old men being assholes.
Hola. Sargento,
Like,
these people are ready to go home.
There's one re-education center left, Rico. You know what to do.
like, it's... Yes, it's no coincidence that when actors get fired, it tends to be because they're right-leaning. However, the coincidence isn't because there's some bias against conservative people just because. It is because they are genuinely being hateful. Because you'll notice it's never the ones that aren't doing anything wrong.
No trick. Time to fight your way out.
There'll be those that say dumb shit on Twitter constantly. And no, I don't think Twitter should get you fired from jobs. I don't... It's like I don't think things that you said before you were on company payroll should be eligible to have you fired. If they hired you in the first place, they hired you on the direct understanding that, like, of who you were. If they didn't do their research well enough and they suddenly decide 10 years later, because some dumbasses on Twitter decided to have a hissy fit. Because at the end of the day, that's what this is about. Like, it comes down to the fact that it's allegedly grown men getting upset over children's films most of the time. And yeah, I get it, Star Wars is for everyone. Yeah, it is. But at the end of the day, if something is giving you that many negative thoughts, maybe it's time to move on. You know, maybe it's time to get over your past obsession. You don't have to announce your departure. You don't have to make a million videos about why it sucks now. You certainly don't have to behave like that in general. It's like... And yeah, I can be a bit of a hypocrite with this. Because yeah, I have spent the last year being pretty vocal when it comes to Nintendo about how shit they are. And I've intended to get better. In fact, I have my opportunity to start getting better for it. When they ruined the game that I would... In my opinion, when they ruined the game that was pretty much perfect. And could have been literally so much greater. You know, I've talked about it in brief before, and I've talked about it a little bit when I played it. But Age of Calamity physically upsets me. Like, I can't lie. I did feel a little bit betrayed playing that game. You know, I felt like I felt after The Last Jedi. Which is why I realised it was time to get it right. Because, unlike, say, The Last of Us 2, in which technically speaking I did do it right with that. Because that controversy was literally the same thing we'd heard last time. Like, I've lived this controversy twice now. And it was no more fun the second time. But, you know. Also with The Last of Us 2, I didn't actually hate it. Like, I've never hated The Last of Us 2. There are things that I thought it could have done better. But hey, opinions on a video game are a binary thing.
They've reached the helipad.
You know, you can like some parts of a video game, but not others. Take, for instance, Just Cause 4. I hate the damn thing, but, like... You know, to tie it into what we're actually playing for once. But you know, I hate the game, but there are things that I like about it, like... I don't really know what to say about what I hate. You know what? Let's finish this. I think that might be the last of the submarines, so now's a good time to... Yeah, great. I can't turn yet. Okay, so you know, I like the combat at times. I like the open war aesthetic of the game. You know, Just Cause 3, it felt like it was a one-man army. in Just Cause 4 it feels like there's a whole army. And yeah, in all of the Just Cause games you have an entire guerrilla faction or whatever. You have like an entire base. You capture bases, you get allies. Shit. Can I get myself any closer? No, I cannot. Anything? No, nothing. So my thing is that, like, Just Cause 4, it feels emptier, it feels more pointless, you know, because the destruction, while it gives you more army reserves and stuff, like your squad reserves, it's not the same. It's not the same as liberating entire bases. You don't get bases in this. I hope to God that when they do the Just Cause mobile game it will be done correctly. Rather than just, like, you know, wasting all of our time on something we're all going to hate. But no, so with Age of Calamity, there were, and I am going to be spoiling it for the 100th time, but hey, people that watch this already know what happened. I guarantee it, like, I'm not even kidding. Random people don't tend to watch my Just Cause stuff. Random people don't tend to watch my stuff. Anyone that knows me knows what happened with Age of Calamity was a tragedy. Or at least it was to me. But, like, the thing is, oh, it's the tornado. It's the sandstorm place, by the way. I just curious to see if it, like, how far it will reach. But in any case, like, the time travel plot of Age of Calamity was a disgrace to the Zelda series because it doesn't follow the established conventions of time travel in the series. You know, it also doesn't really fit anything. Like, it makes no sense. You know, a time travel plot could have been the perfect chance to, well, to show why the calamity was inevitable, but they don't even do that. They saved the king, which is the worst mistake they could have ever made, because that death made me cry. Like, I actually teared up when I watched the king sacrifice himself. I was very emotional that day. Next thing I know, Sidon steps in front of Mifa, but it's adult Sidon from Breath of the Wild, not kid Sidon from that timeline, like that point in the timeline.
These aren't your waters, asshole.
Give him hell, Rico.
Let's do this. Motherfucker. Let me... Okay. Did I just kick your ass? But in any case, like... to be honest, it's probably about time I'd gotten around to talking about the Phantom Menace. Like, on this whole topic. You see, I was going to bring them up in my Last of Us 2 review. I don't have any of the shit I need for that anymore. Since I moved computers. And honestly, I was beginning to think that the review was a bad idea anyway. There's a bunch of other things I haven't uploaded that I was supposed to. Like my Game Awards reaction, because I did that. Like, I filmed the entire thing and I had a segment name for it because it was more than a reaction. Something of that magnitude needed to be appropriately named. Like, we were there all night.
Target's on the move.
But you know, when I finally get around to doing that segment for real, because there'll be other things. And I can probably do like late night streams to fill in for that style of thing. Let's do this. But in any case, I don't know, I feel like I feel like with the Phantom Menace that like going too hard on them is asking for trouble, because those fuckers are everywhere. They're a small minority, but they seem to be everywhere you don't want them to be. But in any case, I don't really... But no, so I was mad at Age of Calamity. I was really mad. You know, I waited for months for that game. I was so excited, like more excited than the game that's probably got me in a long time. Up to launch. In fact, I've not been that excited since Breath of the Wild. And I won't be that excited again until Breath of the Wild 2's build up. I'm excited for Breath of the Wild 2, don't get me wrong. But I want to know things, which is why I'm so looking forward to this year. Better take care of a crit. Motherfucker! I'm out of ammo again. But no, like I feel like my thoughts are kind of very disgruntled and like my thoughts are just kind of like floating around, and I'm not really making my points as well as I probably could. I need to take care of their ranking agent. Oh, interception. Grapple to an agent who's reeling through the air and real kick them. Finally.
Careful what you wish for.
I'm struggling to fucking... How the hell are they shooting me every time that I'm so much as... This is too much. This is way too much. But no, like... The Phantom Menace are basically... Although they're mostly like 30-year-olds and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, they are the original Star Wars fans. But that doesn't make them right about everything. And also, assholes are assholes, regardless of when they were born. But like, I don't.
Got one.
I'll never understand the whole.
One more time.
But no, my whole point here was I just didn't understand the whole. We stand with Gina Carano thing. Like. Yeah, I figured that was going to be the case. Let's do this. This is killing me.
Pick up the pace this time, kid.
Thanks, Sheldon.
Ugh. This is killing me. Like, deep down, inside, it's killing me that I'm having to do this.
Need to start over.
You got it this time, kid.
Seriously?
Pick up the pace this time, kid.
Thanks, Sheldon.
I cannot stand these little segments. I better get my ass back to the
System flip back on.
start. Ugh. This is pissing me off.
You got it this time, kid. Good. Head for the reactor.
Reactor's open. Okay. Reactor destroyed.
That did the trick.
Critical area. But no. I'm not one of those that absolutely despises Gina though. I do think that she probably does believe in what she's doing. It doesn't make her intelligent, but it also makes her not
Let's do this.
pure evil.
Shit. Okay. Now the antenna.
But so we're clear, what Gina posted was a load of bigoted nonsense. Like, I want to truly believe that she just doesn't know any better. But, you know, she's kind of responsible for a lot of bigotry going on right now. Like, sure, she can't take responsibility for people that aren't her. But boot bot beep? Seriously? These people have one joke, you can try to keep track of it for 5 seconds. Like, seriously. The transphobia coming from their lot, though. Because we all know that the reason they're so okay with her making that joke is simply because it triggered the lefties. And honestly, it gets to the point where you wonder, are they 30 or are they 3? Because they behave like that old school bully. You know the one. Always smell like body spray. had to pick on everyone smaller than them. Why can't you do your own homework just once? That sort of thing. And I am referencing things again. But this is such a nightmare to deal with. Okay, that's handled. But no, like, if she was truly, like, just mistaken in her beliefs, like, if she's truly just, like, ignorant, that's one thing. I do think that people should have the chance to grow. But generally, when you want to... But generally, you gotta wonder how bad the self-awareness is. For these people to think that they're the rebellion, not the Empire. Well, no, they're not the Empire either. They're the separatists at the end of the day. They have no power. They've been promised power by some lunatic. So, I don't know who really the leader of the Phantom Menace is these days. Because there was a time when it would have been Ethan Van Sciver, but I'm not really so heavily involved with any of it anymore. But like even from a critical standpoint, I'm just not so heavily involved that I know who they look to as that alleged alpha, even though we all know they're betas. Like, everyone knows that they're beta males. You can tell from the fact that I have to make... You can tell from the fact that I have to trigger people to feel special. Like, I mean it when I call them children. Like, I'm not just saying it to be hurtful. They truly do behave like they're 8. Okay, let's do this. The amount of mortars here is ridiculous. But no, those calling for a firing were wrong too. I've been on about this for the last half hour now. So, I said I was going to talk a little bit about the recent rumour mill. Now, I can't confirm any of this, as always. But word on the street says that there's going to be a new hardware revision for the Switch soon. Like, that's what I'm hearing from my sources, aka Bloomberg, aka Twitter, aka I don't fucking know. But 4 years on from the original Switch, it seems like a pretty good time. I'm not 100% sure when the new 3DS came out. Maybe about 5 years in to the 3DS's life. But they're saying it'll be 720p in in handheld mode. I'm guessing that's a consistent 20 because it's always 20. 720. This is such needlessly tedious work. Fucking hell. Destroy infrastructure. Okay. And of course it's the fucking cannons. So, Attack on Titan is good, by the way. I've mentioned a couple of times lately that I've been watching it.
Skipper talks the talk.
Don't get cocky, Rico. Keep your head in the game.
I'll get to you as soon as I've dealt with this.
Time to go down with the ship.
Isn't Rico like one of the most successful agency members? Okay. I'll just take the ball puck.
Keep on the cables. They'll short the system and bring out the relay.
Should be okay. Helps when they do it themselves, rather than making me bring them down. But either way, so the whole Switch Pro thing. It makes sense, because we seem to be getting close to the point in its lifespan where Breath of the Wild 2 will come out, and, you know, Zelda's one of those games that they actually do bother to use the tech that they've got. Like, I'll rag on Nintendo for being underpowered any day, but they know how to use their lack of power.
Westward's been decommissioned.
Rico,
What you got for me, Sheldon?
I found Miller. Come meet me.
Seems like we have something to do to finish things off. Yellowstone Auto Sniper. Diego Dive, Tanker Heist, Grand Central Break-In, Doritos Takeover, Rogue Agent. So we're gonna do this before we leave. We're gonna actually do this. But first, I need a drink because we're talking on and on about the Phantom Menace. It kills me. Like, I can do it all night, but I do need to drink something. So, here's the thing with the Phantom. No, you know what? Forget the Phantom Menace. Here's the thing with the Switch. It's a great concept. and it was executed pretty well at first. But when Nintendo keep underpowering their console and being needlessly quirky, they end up causing problems for themselves. Third-party support dwindles, and you end up resorting to what is supposed to be a pretty experimental technology. I don't know, I want them to succeed, and it doesn't seem to be happening. Let's do it. That worked. But yeah, the Switch is getting older now. You know, it's at the same age as the PS4 and Xbox One were around the time of, I don't know. It's around the same age as the PlayStation was when it got Horizon Zero Dawn, for example, and God of War. Give or take a bit. And you know, the PS5 and the PS5 and the Xbox Series X have just come out. Now, games are now going to be even less compatible with Switch hardware. And you know, gone are the days of doing a different thing for the DS, for example. People don't want separate versions of the same game. I personally think that people are dumb, but I do kind of get the sentiment. Those who only have a DS are missing out. No, those who only had a DS back then, because there were a lot of them, were missing out on a large part of the appeal. Oh, the Army of Chaos are waiting here.
I knew Miller was holding something back. Got a visual on his flagship. Rodriguez method worked.
Always does. Hey!
Still no idea what his primary objective is, but looks like Miller's packing up to head home.
We need to sink that sub.
You need Miller's briefcase. Only way you'll be able to deactivate that tracker.
I'll get Miller. This is the last time the agency comes after me.
True. We've done the entire DLC plotline before we've even gotten to the point in the story where they mention the agency being
Miller will
traitors.
make a break for it as soon as he spots you. Work fast, Rico. Intel? The USS Statesman. Miller's command ship.
Defenses?
Miller hasn't set up any infrastructure, so all the subs raw firepower.
Good, I don't want to deal with it.
A metric shit ton of agents.
Well, I can handle that. Agents don't scare me.
I haven't seen Maria Kane in years. Why'd she tip us off about Miller?
We're not gonna start giving people shit for betraying the agency, are we?
Maria's always been on your side, Rodriguez. Nearly here.
In a while.
Emmy Miller. Sorry you had to scrub your mission.
Keep thinking that.
Need to borrow your briefcase.
I don't think so. All hands, Rodriguez is here. Kill him at all costs.
Gonna cost you a lot.
Targeted power conduits and fuel tanks, Rico. If you can overload the reactor, the Statesman will go down.
Huh, I've got infinite ammo. Okay, here we go.
Tom Shelton. Was hoping you'd be here. They gave me your chair when they put you out to pasture. Smells like a humidor. That's good. Your old chair smelled like an asshole. Always the class act, Tom.
Need to focus more on the activating components of the ship. Let's go. Okay.
Crew's only as good as their captain, Miller.
Shut up, Rico.
I don't get what the deal with the agency is. I don't get why it's doing what it's doing. They just seem to have become evil because they wanted to do bad thing.
Time to abandon ship, Miller.
Oh, I have infinite ammo and everything. Okay. Okay. Here we go. One more to go. Sorry, Miller. Miller's escaped. Okay.
You really do destroy everything you touch.
Part of the job.
He's making a break for it, Rico. Go get him.
Hostile in our area of operation.
Here goes.
Copy on hostile contact. Retwing each. Lost contact with enemy. Just take off the grappling hook, Rico. Agency won't be able to track you.
Nah, too easy.
You're persistent. Definitely skilled.
Thank you.
Kinda stupid, though. You think this is gonna end here?
Maybe not. But you end here.
We'll see.
Okay. Fuck off. I will not be defied.
Heads up, Rico. Looks like Miller's got another ship behind that island.
I see it. He's not going anywhere. You got one last chance. Give me the case.
Fuck you, Rico.
Alrighty.
Hola.
Intruder on site. All units engaged. Lost the target. Stand down for now. You're getting too old for this.
Barely breaking a sweat.
You should have gone dark. Retired on a beach somewhere.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me.
You can't beat the agency, Rico. The agency is America. It's not some banana republic. You're not equipped for it.
It's not the agency you should be worried about right now. Just give up. Save us.
I don't look.
You are losing pretty badly.
Miller's dead. Say a few words. He talked too much. Got the case. Getting rid of the tracker. Done.
How's it feel to be a free man?
Miller's right. It's not over.
Yeah, well, it's over for today, kid.
Report.
Miller's dead.
Unfortunate. Miller was a good agent.
I told you he was no match for Rico, but he fulfilled his role as a distraction.
And what about Rodriguez?
Killing Rico was a long shot. Miller was the only one who believed he could actually do it. The primary objective was a success. I was able to recover more than enough data to rebuild Project Iapa at a friendlier site.
Excellent work, Agent Kane.
Maria.
Thank you, sir.
What?
Back to your posts. Target is gone.
Maria's a traitor. Maria is the traitor. Is that my... Yeah, it is. It's my badass gravity gun. Okay, I think we're pretty much done here. So, yeah. Sorry if I got a bit polarising with some of the things I talked about tonight. But yeah, I will be back very, very soon. And if you like this kind of more chilled out style, I'm thinking of going back to streams as well. Pretty soon. I'm thinking of setting it up so I can do streams. I just need to work out some connection issues that I've got. But yeah. I'll catch you on the flip side. See you around.